Hey everyone, I hope you're well. This is CoinsKid. Please join the Bybit competition that we're running right here. The WASOT 2024 live stream giveaway will commence on October the 29th, and you could be in with a chance to win a Rolex watch, a luxury yacht, or world travel tickets. All you've got to do is click the link in the video description, go along, sign up, put your name in the hat, job done, and you've got the chance to win one of these amazing prizes right here. Equally, join my crew, get involved in this competition, and let's smash it. Let's dive into the video right now and see what we can see, okay? So diving into Bitcoin then, for those people that are paying attention, I did flip bearish on Bitcoin way back there in March the 5th. We was running to a dump moon, we'd seen 5 waves up, and I did say to you, maximum risk enters the game, okay? Buy big green candles, you get big red dildos. And I was looking at macro correction. For anyone that's been with the channel will know at that point I was saying, I think we're in a wave 4 correction here, guys. We're running to the moving average of the pi cycle indicator, which we always run into, and have correction in every single cycle, okay? And that's played out. And equally, what I did say to you, if you pay attention, this channel delivers optimal entry points, low risk setups to negate the long spot position trades, and that's exactly what I've relayed to you way back there in September on the retest of that August low, and it's been a beautiful little trade for ourselves. So basically, I'm just trying to ride the waves with you. I'm always trying to deliver optimal entry points for you. It was way back there in September last year. I relayed to you beautiful buying opportunity. It was in November of 2022. I relayed to you amazing buying opportunity, and recently in September right there I relayed the same message to you. And so far I think we're around about 24% up on that particular buy zone, you know, re-enter Bitcoin right there. So I'm going to go through the charts with you. Now we've seen something in another chart for Bitcoin that's not just Bitcoin. We've seen something in another chart that technically is data that we can't ignore, that could be a clue to the major vertical that we're about to see in Bitcoin. So I'll go through this with you, okay? So look at the tether dominance right now. We are trending down, aren't we, from this pivot point in August of this year, basically where, you know, I anticipate Bitcoin's bottom is. What we've done, we've come down, made the low, we made the lower high, made a low, and made another lower high, and right now we're dropping towards this support once more. So if this is indeed a bearish pattern, which is basically a descending triangle, like I've taught you, come up like this, and you find support, you make a lower high, you find support, you make a lower high, and then typically you break down on the third point support. It's the same with an ascending triangle. You come up like this, make a high low, make a high, make a higher low, and then boom, you break on the third point resistance, which is what we're anticipating Bitcoin's doing right now in that 5-wave impulse off last Thursday's low, okay? And right now we've got the clue that in this particular chart on the third point support, and you know, the opposite of Bitcoin creating the ascending triangle, which is bullish, this is creating the descending triangle, which is bearish. So again, the inverse correlation exists right now until it doesn't. So if this right now is breaking down, and we may have a clue, you know, you're losing this green ascending trend line for this particular chart, then the target is where you form the channel. Really simple. You know, for example, bear flags, you come down like this, you trend up like this, boom, 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 and then you continue, and the minimal target is always where you start to form the flag, coming back up. It's actually beyond it. It's basically the length of the pole. So what I'm going to do for you right now is tell you really simply that just respecting the data, and this is something I do, not emotion. People say moon tide, bull tide, whatever. All I'm doing is respecting the data. Right now, it looks as though right on cue, on the third point of support and the breakdown, we are losing this channel, which is basically a bear flag for this particular chart, okay? Which obviously, if this is coming down, flagging back up and continues, this is only bullish for Bitcoin. And this is part of the confluence analysis, that this is your final leg to the downside. Because from the November top just there, like if we take a look at that, in my opinion, we've had this triple top drop scenario, which is basically a wave 1. Then from April of 2023, we began an A, a B, into a C wave correction, which is basically bottomed for Bitcoin in September of 2023 when this ABC correction topped. Triple top drop, dropped below this ascending level support, came all the way back down, look at this, to this beautiful target. Then ever since this point here where Bitcoin topped in March of a potential wave 3, this has been zigzagging back up. So right now at this point, we've started to create a toppy pattern, okay? Really simple, like the toppy pattern there before the drop, and the toppy pattern there before the drop. So wave 1, wave 3, wave 5, really simple. So there may be a bit of confidence in this particular chart within itself that we are on the cusp of a vertical here for Bitcoin for the remainder of the year, towards the end of the year, where, you know, if we start to get down to these levels, 3.38, which is where you form this channel, and equally a fib target here that I have 3.25%, then that's it, that's my exit strategy. And with that, we need to see 5 waves up on Bitcoin as well. So I wish you utmost luck. I'll dive into the Bitcoin chart right now, but what I'm looking at is a continued breakdown of a descending triangle, which is basically a bearish pattern, getting really close to the apex. If we have a throwback and it breaks out, out I'm wrong and Bitcoin's looking for new lows. But again, all I'm doing, I hope you appreciate this, all I'm doing is relaying the structural data to you in the charts. It's not bullshit, it's not hopium. At this point, I jumped into Bitcoin because it retested this neckline. I relayed that to you on Friday, the September the 6th. Go watch the video in the channel right there. It's pinned in the video description. Go and watch that. And then again, you know, we're looking for this breakdown. If this continues to do this, wow, Bitcoin's going vertical. And then eventually altcoins will play catch up. Let's dive into the Bitcoin chart right now to see what we can see, okay? So quickly take a look at the Bitcoin dominance. We'll dive into the Bitcoin chart with you. We've got a beautiful little rising wedge at the moment, charging towards my red line. So again, kick back, relax. If we do see Bitcoin going on and breaking the all-time highs and the dominance is clawing right here and raging towards that red line, this increases the probability of an alt season. So it's only good for altcoins, okay? So wish you utmost luck, but right now, as anticipated, at this point here, a lot of people are calling for alt season. I did make a video on why I don't think we will see an alt season until we start to get to this red line at least. Now, if Bitcoin goes vertical, then I'm targeting that red line around about 67.65%, but this is my minimal qualification of an alt season, around about 59.66%, and right now Bitcoin looks as though it's trying to charge there. Now, what's on the side here of an alt season, basically, you know, alts breaking out and doing well in the third wave is simple. We've got a rising wedge right on cue towards that point. So if we do start to see Bitcoin breaking out, okay, and it cools off, goes sideways, this is where you're going to see Chainlink, Cardano, VeChain, so on and so forth, break out in their third wave, which is my primary expectation, which is where you start to see this drop like this, creating that big third wave. Really, really simple, okay, to where you form the wedge. So keep an eye on the dominance. I think it holds all the clues to the alt season going forward. But at the minute, as anticipated, we are getting this lovely spike up, which is pretty much what we got spike up there before the big alt season in that particular impulsive move, and obviously the big spike up in 2017 before the drop in the dominance, which led to that beautiful alt season as well. So keep an eye on this. Right now, we're charging towards 59.66%, which is basically this level of resistance just there, where we could start to see some of them altcoins really taking off some of the slack off Bitcoin. Okay, so keep an eye on that. Equally to accompany that, we do have a bearish divergence on the daily. We're creating lower highs as this channel is rising right there. So it's basically a rising wedge. And again, just like the chart I've shown you on the dominance right there, the tether dominance, this charging up like this, if it gets rejected and loses this neckline of support, then this will become your target around about 50%, which is where you'll start to see a lot of altcoins break out basically. Let's dive into the Bitcoin chart right now, see what we can see, okay? So diving into Bitcoin on the daily time frame, now at the moment I've moved my stops up. For those people paying attention, we bought a bunch of Bitcoin here, and you know, obviously when my stops is where I bought it, but right now I've moved it up right now to 58955 because this is where we're seeing a potential bullish impulse for Bitcoin, okay, off this possible ABC wave 2 correction, and I've gone through this with you. So my primary count at the moment is the fact that what we've done is a WXY correction, and at the bottom of this correction, you know, with this capitulation and selling climax right there, we've come back tested it in a high low, and right now we're breaking out here for Bitcoin. So we rolled into this beautiful diamond bottom pattern which we traded. It's at this point, September the 6th. Check out the video description right there, the video that I made for the CoinsKid crew. We was buying here because of the pattern, and like I said to you, I love to pattern trade. We have a lot of success pattern trading on this channel, and so far so good, okay. Diamond bottom into the bottom, breakout back to see you later. So this has all the characteristics for those people paying attention. You know, I did make a video called the 3 of 3 power. From here, the 1 into the expanded flat 2, and then the 3 basically coming up. So if this is the third wave, it has subsets of waves within inside of it. This will be a 1 into an expanded flat 2 or zigzag or whatever. So we've got that, beautiful. A lot of people were getting shaken out just there, and right now this is coming up. So this is your third wave, and this is your 1 into the 2 into the 3. This has all the characteristics right now of the 3 of 3 power, basically. 1, expanded flat 2, third wave. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so on and so forth. So we've just got to kick back. At the moment, what we need to do, and obviously there's no guarantees, but if we do start to see Bitcoin going vertical, this is the 3 of 3 right now. It's around about 9.2% away from breaking the all-time highs. If it does do that, then it's your third wave. Just kick back, wait for a 4. You'll see a final 5th. That'll be the third wave done. At that point, you know, we'll look for a final push to the upside and a big macro 5 waves, because at the moment we only see 1 into a 2 into a third wave coming up. Okay, so 3, 4, 5, so on and so forth. But what we should experience is something like this. If Bitcoin is indeed bullish, we should have some kind of 1, ABC 2, 3, 4, 5, then a wave 4, then a final 5th wave, and that's it. You know, your final 5th wave with the breakdown of tether dominance. So that's the bullish scenario, and obviously there's absolutely no guarantees it will play out like that, but that's just me projecting into the future potential scenario. If we do start to break out here, this is the 3 of 3, which I've spoke to you about many times. So, you know, my stops have moved up to invalidate this right now. 58955, we break down below that, then I'm completely wrong. This wasn't a 1 into an ABC2. This is basically a bull trap. Okay, so really, really simple right now, moving up. So if it does start to break down, where we've been buying Bitcoin, we still remain in profit. Really, really simple, okay. So my stop right now is 58955. So I'm going to give it the benefit of the doubt. We have rolled into the beautiful Y correction here. The selling climax, the retest, the breaking into resistance, the confirmation. Look at this beautiful neckline. I relayed this to you in recent times of this potential reversal diamond bottom pattern. Breakout back test to 200 EMA, which I relayed to you. Right now we're breaking bull. So I'm just going to kick back, relax, and just give it the benefit of the doubt at the minute. I'm not necessarily going to look for a big short. I was looking for a little micro short yesterday, but I've closed that. I've took that off the table right there, because I just think at the minute, if we're in the 3 of 3, we're pretty much like we were there. Everyone's trying to short resistance, but you just take off. It's 3 of 3. Look, 1, 2, 3 breaks out the local high. And then just here, if we go back in time, look, 1, 2, 3 takes out the local high, and just here 1, 2, 3 takes out the local high. So a minute, you just got to kick back, relax. I think looking for shorts is a bit of a crowded trade at the moment going forward, but obviously in time we'll look for that, okay, and I'll update you as quickly as possible when I see it. So at the moment, if this is a 3 of 3, this should keep coming and take out the highs, and then we'll look for a correction at some point and a continuation, and we're looking for big macro 5 waves there, something like this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like that, and then we're cooked, and then we can expect our alt season going forward. I wish you utmost luck, okay. Obviously invalidation in short term is that low in the current time frame, okay. I understand. Update. Stay healthy, stay strong, stay tuned. Thank you for support. Thank you for liking the content. Back to another update on Bitcoin. Bye bye.